History of the Martini. Where was it really invented? Its story as we slowly cruise down Alhambra Avenue in Martinez. This story was written by the Beefeater Gin Company and published in the Martinez News Gazette October 18, 1965. Beefeater salutes the first Martini man and suggests that Martini men everywhere honor him in appropriate fashion. The ancestor of today's dry martini was born in San Francisco a little over 100 years ago. San Francisco belonged to the world before it became part of the United States and has led in many ideas that have become part of American life. So it seems only fitting that San Francisco should have been the birthplace of the cocktail of the grown-ups hour, that time of day that is set aside for discourse on adult topics over an excellent martini. Some authorities hold that the martini truly came to San Francisco from Martinez. Listen to what seems the likeliest account of this event, and let any debate that flows from it be gentle, clear, and well-founded, in keeping with its subject. Sometime early in the 1860s, an unknown traveler stopped at the hotel where Jerry Thomas, the famous bartender, was working. He asked Terry to mix him something cool and refreshing to see him on his way. Jerry put together a remarkable concoction. The traveler downed it, complimented Jerry on a successful effort, and left the hotel bound for the outlying town of Martinez and for immortality as the world's first martini man. The recipe for this cocktail was published in Jerry Thomas's Bon Vivant's Companion in 1862 as follows: 1 dash of bitters, 2 dashes of maraschino, 1 pony of Old Tom gin, 1 wineglass of vermouth, 2 small lumps of ice. Shake up thoroughly and strain into a large cocktail glass. Put a quarter of a slice of lemon in the glass and serve. If the guest prefers it very sweet, add 2 dashes of gum syrup. Note: some people claim that this cocktail was first mixed at the Occidental Hotel, where Jerry later worked. But that famous San Francisco hotel did not open its doors until January 1, 1863, after the recipe was published. The road to Martinez, circa 1860. Jerry must have been a little slow that morning, for he did not try to learn the customer's name until after he had left. Who would have been in the bar? Some men from the tall masted clippers that still crowded the waterfront at that time. A miner, perhaps an editor or writer from San Francisco growing literary community. But no one knew who the traveler was. All Jerry could learn was that he had left for Martinez. So he named the cocktail the Martinez. The Martinez was not much like today's dry martini, but it was a beginning. The first martini man would have had a long journey on that historic day from the Long Wharf in San Francisco by ferry to the foot of Broadway in Oakland, then by horse-drawn stagecoach. He would have made the 40-mile trip through the towns of Emeryville, Berkeley, Albany, El Cerrito, Richmond, San Pablo, Pinole, Rodeo, Crockett, and finally Martinez. From Martinez to Oakland, the road skirts the edge of the waters of the straits and bays and passes through tunnels and around sharp curves, making a romantic ride. Perhaps the first martini man spread a good report of Jerry's drink when he completed his journey. For there are those who claim that the martini originated in Martinez, in Richelieu's bar on Ferry Street. Who dares declare the truth of this debate? Did the Martinez come from San Francisco to Martinez, or from Martinez to San Francisco? There is honor enough for both places, for the Martini went on to become, clearly, America's most popular cocktail. San Francisco remained a central influence in the development of the Martini. The Martini recommended in Ernest Rawlings's book of mixed drinks, published in 1914. Use dry gin and French vermouth as its foundation, 3 drops of Angostura or Peychaud bitters, 2 dashes of orange bitters, 1/3 measure French vermouth, 2/3 measure dry gin. Mr. Rawlings recommended stirring the martini with ice, and was one of the first advocates of the twist of lemon peel. "This oil of lemon spray," he said, adds a delightful aroma to any drink and is almost imperceptible to the taste. Opinions may differ, but one may honor an innovator. President Franklin Roosevelt was said to drink his martini mixed 2 parts gin to 1 vermouth, served with a briny olive. Prime Minister Winston Churchill is said to have honored the role of vermouth by glancing at the vermouth bottle as he poured the gin. And there are martini men today of excellent repute who will defend the martini mixed with any proportions of gin to vermouth between these 2 extremes, though no one today thinks of adding gum syrup for the guest who prefers it very sweet. Today's martini is gentle and dry, and it depends on a soft finished gin of great virtue to achieve its full perfection. It must be mixed with lots of ice, not just 2 small lumps, and should be served in thoroughly chilled glassware so that it delivers its taste clean and cold to the palate. This excellent martini serves the cause of adult conversation at the grown-ups hour. Its flavor is gently authoritative, never authoritarian. And that's the story. Who do you believe? This plaque resides at the corner of Masonic and Alhambra. 1 is all right, 2 is too many, and 3 is not enough. Thanks for the story, Beefeaters. Parting shot. Corridor newspaperman Les Sipes shown here, making the lovely Jane Mansfield a martini. Many thanks to the CCCHS, Google, and the 68024 Corridor History Group for the photos and video. Background music from Facebook Studio titled Astronaut Happy Hour by Global Genius.